Hey, what's up, guys? You're here with Goran from Pick Dawgz, and thank you for joining me here for your free Bundesliga picks for Wednesday, January 25th. We have 5 games on the slate, guys. Should be a very exciting day in Germany. We had a good day on Tuesday. We hit, I think, all 4 of those free picks, so make sure you stay tuned for more free winners coming up to the Pick Dawgz YouTube, guys. And for my best bets, click the link in the description of this video. That will get you to my premium section up on the Pick Dawgz website. Like I said, guys, we have 5 matchups in Bundesliga, and we are kicking off with this Mainz versus Borussia Dortmund game, 12:30 p.m. Eastern. This should be a very exciting game because, as we can see, Borussia Dortmund is a slight favorite. But with their defense, I'm just not sure when to call them favorites and when not. The biggest problem for Borussia Dortmund in this game will be the fact that Jude Bellingham has been suspended because of the yellow cards. He will miss this game, and he is their engine, and he's been basically carrying them in that game against Augsburg this past weekend. As far as Mainz goes, they have been scoring goals pretty consistently. They were just having a bit of trouble keeping a clean sheet here and defending against their opponents. They got a 1-1 draw against Stuttgart this past weekend, but they are a very capable team, especially at home. Even though the results don't speak that way, they are a very hard team to beat. And I think that this might be the game where they step up. This is a fairly big game for both sides, and both teams could definitely use a win. Borussia Dortmund to stay close to Bayern Munich, while Mainz definitely wants to get back to the top half of the table. With Borussia's defense, and that's one of the many unknowns in this team, I think that there's not a chance they can keep a clean sheet here. Mainz is a tough opponent to beat, and they can definitely score at home, but also their defense is not that great right now. And for that reason, guys, I decided to go with both teams to score in over 2.5, minus 118. I have way less faith in Borussia's defense here than I have in Mainz's offense, and I was fairly sure about this pick, and I didn't have to put a lot of thought in this game, guys. Both teams to score and over 2.5 at minus 118. The next game on the schedule, guys, is between Bayer Leverkusen and Bochum. Leverkusen got a nice win against Borussia Mönchengladbach on the road this past weekend. It was 3-2. They were up 3-0 at one point, but then they lost focus as the game was coming to an end, and they conceded 2 goals. It could have been a lot dangerous for them, but they were able to hold on to that lead, and this was their only 2nd win on the road this season, actually 3rd win on the road this season. And as we can see, they have improved quite a bit. They had a solid friendly period before the season restarted, and I think that we can expect this team to improve even more and to play even more dangerous than they are right now. Bochum, on the other side, has only 1 win on the road so far this season. Alongside 7 losses, they have scored only 5 goals while conceding 22, and I don't think that this is going to be any different for them. Leverkusen is now on fire. They have to transfer that win on the road to a win at home, and I think that's exactly what they will do. Leverkusen is on a 4-game winning streak right now, while winning 5 of their last 6, playing really well offensively. Their defense will get there, at least in my opinion, but in this game I think they get a nice win, and I think they do it in style in front of their fans. So I'm taking Leverkusen to win and over 2.5 goals at even money here. This is a price that I definitely cannot miss, and I think it's going to be a nice winner for us, guys. Third game of the day in Bundesliga is between Augsburg and Borussia Mönchengladbach, guys. Borussia Mönchengladbach, as I mentioned, has lost to Bayer Leverkusen at home 3-2. It was a very, very bad defensive performance from them, especially in the first half. While in the second half, they stepped up their game a little bit. And the thing is, they have to do it here as well. They are still without a single win on the road this season, and that is a problem because they have the aspirations to play in Europe. But if you can't win games on the road, you can't exactly get to the spot on the standings that will get you to the Europa League or the Conference League. Augsburg, on the other side, has only 1 win at home so far this season, but they had a very solid game against Dortmund. They scored 3 goals and they were a real threat in that game. They deserved more than a loss, to be honest. They deserved at least a point in that game. But we'll see if they can keep up that pace in this game as well, which I think they will, because despite the loss, they are confident in themselves. They don't have any notable injuries right now. And scoring 3 goals in Bundesliga against one of the best teams, that is Borussia Dortmund, is not easy. And hopefully they can do it here at home against Borussia Mönchengladbach as well, whose defense hasn't been the greatest. So I think this is going to be a fairly open matchup between two teams that need a win here, and two teams that are capable of scoring goals. So I'm taking both teams to score in over 2.5, minus 122. I think it's a pretty good price, and if we decide to double it up with something else, I think it's going to be a nice plus money winner for us, guys. Freiburg is going to play against Eintracht at home, and if there's a team in Bundesliga that needs a win right now, it is Freiburg. Freiburg was in that second place before the restart of the season, just behind Bayern Munich, but then they lost to Wolfsburg 6-0 on the road. Now, I get that you lost on the road, okay? But not scoring a goal, that's not a good thing for a team that's been in that second place in Bundesliga at that time. Frankfurt on the other side has beaten Schalke 3-0 at home, and they are definitely picking up their form where they left it off before the World Cup. This team can be very dangerous. This team is capable of defending well. They got into the knockouts of the Champions League. They're now in third place on a nice 4-game winning streak, but Freiburg hasn't lost any of their last 12 home games. Now, can they bounce back from 6-0 loss and go to a win? I think it's possible, but can they keep a clean sheet against this Eintracht team that's on fire right now? I don't think they can. I don't think that either side will keep a clean sheet here, because if Eintracht keeps another clean sheet here, it's going to be third one in a row, and that's something that doesn't sound right in my opinion. So this is another game where I'm going to go with both teams to score in over 2.5, and this was the price for this one is even better. It's minus 103. It's almost even money, guys, and I think this is going to be another game where both teams will go for the win, especially Freiburg, who has to go for the win. But I just don't see them keeping a clean sheet here. So both teams to score at over 2.5. Nice minus 103 for me in this one. And the last game of the day in Bundesliga, guys, is between Werder Bremen and Union Berlin. 2:30 p.m. Eastern. Union Berlin is on a nice winning streak right now. They have won their last 6 games in a row, including those friendly matchups. While in Bundesliga this past weekend, they were actually behind against Hoffenheim. They were losing 1-0, but then they scored a nice 3 goals and turned this game around, got a 3-1 win, and that is actually what kept them in the top 4 of Bundesliga, which is something they want to do. And not only that, they're still fairly close to Bayern Munich at the top of this Bundesliga competition, and if they can stay consistent for a little while longer, if they can stay consistent on that defensive end mostly, I think that they could stay in that title race for, I would say, majority of the second half of the season. Who's to say that they are not good enough to actually win the title this season, because we know that Bayern has been pretty sloppy so far. So maybe Union Berlin is one of those teams that can challenge them for that title and take them off the throne. Werder Bremen on the other side was playing against Köln on the road, and they were basically non-existent in that game. Werder Bremen lost that game 7-1, and it was a very, very disappointing performance from them. Yes, Cologne had an outstanding game in that attacking end. Everything Köln hit in that game, every shot they took basically was a goal chance, and they scored 7 goals. Which makes me think that I'm honestly not confident in Werder Bremen snapping out this massive loss here. Getting back on winning track after such a terrible loss, just 1 game after, is very hard thing to accomplish. And I'm sure that they know that, I don't know, that loss doesn't mean much, and that their confidence is not, I don't know, hasn't been knocked down that much. But coming back with a win after a 7-1 loss is something that even bigger, stronger teams are struggling with. And Werder would struggle with that here as well. Union Berlin is the better team here. They have been far more consistent this season. They have the better roster. They have less injuries. And they are in much, much better form. So at this price, guys, I can't pass up on Union Berlin moneyline. The price at the time when I was making the background was actually plus 160. But the price is now plus 135 on my book here, guys. And that is something I will definitely take advantage of. The price might even go up and down a little bit before the game time. But do your shopping, guys. I have it at plus 135 here. And that's what I'll go with here. So I'm going to take Union Berlin on the money line. Simply too good of a price to miss. And I think it's going to be a nice winner for us. That's it, guys. Thank you for joining me here for your free picks in Bundesliga on Wednesday, January 25th. Check out my best bets up on the Pick Dawgz website, previous section. See if you like anything. And for more free picks, go to the Pick Dawgz YouTube channel. Subscribe, hit that like button, and I'll see you guys soon with more free winners.